Hey guys, Xeminan here. So I got to play the beta for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 this weekend, and I thought I'd tell you what I thought of the game. I'm a huge DBZ fan, and I've played pretty much every game there's been. I was also a huge fan of Xenoverse 1, and I can't believe it's already been 2 years since that game came out. I'm assuming that what we got to play in the beta was just the beginning of the game, but in case they changed some things, my comments only reflect what I got to play in the beta. So let's get into it. Alright. So what makes the Xenoverse games different than any other DBZ game? In the Xenoverse series, you play as a time patroller. The game starts with a cutscene where Trunks tries to recruit you into becoming a time patroller. Basically, the Dragon Ball Z timeline that we all know and love has gotten out of whack. For example, Piccolo's special beam cannon misses Raditz, and both Vegeta and Nappa turn into giant apes. Your job as a time patroller is to go back in time and correct the storylines. That's where the Supreme Kai of Time comes in. She sends you on the missions to fix what has gone wrong. In the cutscene, they show Kantan City, basically the Time Patroller World Hub. There's even funny moments like saying the use of Kamehamehas are prohibited, and you can't fly around without a flyer's license. Unfortunately, there is some really awkward dubbing. There are times where the characters are full words off from the original Japanese animations, and though it doesn't ruin the game, it definitely pulls you out of the experience.
We look forward to welcoming each of you to the Time Patrol!
Now the real reason to play the Xenoverse franchise is you get to create your very own hero in the DBZ universe. There are 5 races you can choose from. Majins, which are booze people, Saiyans, which obviously we all want to be Saiyans, humans, self-explanatory, Namekians, aka Piccolo and Dende, and the Frieza race, which I still can't believe they haven't come up with a better name for that race. Different races have different pros and cons. For instance, Saiyans in the Frieza race have more power but lower defense or health. Majins and Namekians are bulkier but don't have as much offensive power, and humans are the balanced choice. You get multiple characters, so I recommend you start off with a Saiyan and make your 10-year-old self happy. Character creation is very detailed, from the choice of your hair color to the color of every part of your body. I decided to make my Saiyan pretty fancy, as you can tell. The beta acts as a tutorial, having you walk around Kantan City and getting familiar with the locations, shops, and important people. The training mode of the game is pretty simple, just like most video games. They teach you the basic mechanics, like how to lock on to enemies, the fact that more enemies and teammates can join the fight in the middle of a mission, how to manage your ki and stamina, as well as how to perform easy attacks and combos. The controls feel almost exactly the same as Xenoverse 1, but that's not enough. There are still problems with trying to grab enemies, but I'll get to that later. After you correct the Raditz arc, the game starts to get into the story a little more. They emphasize that you are the second time patroller, and the first one saved the universe. This is a nod to the players of Xenoverse 1, and a statue in the middle of Kantan City is there for you to place your patroller from the first game into this story. It's an easy way for them to connect the two games, and you can port your character over from the first game if you still have the save file. If you didn't play Xenoverse 1, or don't have the save file anymore, it's not a big deal. Just pick another hero for the city. After this, you get your own little hoverboard to ride around town in. This is single-handedly the best addition to Xenoverse 2. I'm serious. In the original Xenoverse, it took forever to get from place to place in the hub world, and yeah, maybe it doesn't handle perfectly, but at least you'll get there in style. Kind of. I can definitely see myself having races with my friends throughout the streets. One issue is you have to hop off your board in order to interact with people. It's not a big deal, but I wish you could just glide non-stop, so to speak. Other things to do in Kantan City include exchanging emotes with the locals, buy items, clothes, and accessories, battle other patrollers for rewards, hold online and offline battles, get character-specific attacks by training under that master, online world tournaments, and transfer to other fun areas like Hercule's bachelor pad, or Frieza's home planet of just space, I guess? I don't know. On to the gameplay. The Xenoverse series has the best fighting mechanics to me out of any of the games, but that doesn't make it perfect. Sometimes it's hard to stop bursting right when you want to, some attacks whiff, which really hurts when you're wasting your ki, and oh my god, they still can't get grab attacks to work. This is apparent during the 8 Vegeta parallel quest. In Xenoverse 1, I had trouble just beating 8 Vegeta. This time, Nappa becomes an ape too. Somebody needs to tell Bandai Namco that when the most efficient way to handle a boss is to grab them by the tail, then maybe you should be able to, I don't know, grab the tail. I was stuck on this mission for an hour. 1 because it has many different parts, and 2 because you can never grab that giant tail. But that's pretty much the only big gripe I have with Xenoverse 2. Overall, I'm really excited to return to the DBZ universe and continue my quest as a time patroller. So subscribe for more Xenoverse news and tell me what you think about Xenoverse 2. Did you get to play the beta? What class are you going to play as, after Saiyan of course? Let me know in the comments down below. Xenoverse 2 comes out in North America on October 25th. Add me on PSN and we can start a book club together with Majin Buu.